Hello there, and welcome. If you wonder why I have the same t-shirt as I had previously, isn't it a cool one? It's because I'm recording this right after the previous one, even though this is gonna be released later. But I'm gonna go on a little trip soon, so I wanted to pre-record at least one more video. And in this one, I wanted to talk with you about a little bit like afterthoughts with the Feel Flows box set and kind of like speculate what could be the next project, the archival release thing. So this is kind of like a random little video. The next album, obviously, that the Beach Boys released after Surf's Up was Carl and the Passions. So Tough, which I love completely. It's really one of my favorites. Some people don't like it that much. I guess because it sounds very different than what the Beach Boys were used to sound like. And we have the inclusion of Blondie and Ricky over here. And we have actually two big songs by them over here. And we only have 8 tracks in general on the album. So the sound is very different from the usual. But I happen to completely love their music. I love the Flames, and I've been searching for, that album that Carl produced for a long time, but haven't been able to find it. Hopefully, in the near future, it's gonna be reissued. I am, giving my thumbs up and fingers crossed for it because I really love it. We have Here She Comes and Hold On Dear Brother by them, and I actually have a little fan artwork that I once did in school. We have this one project where you had to like choose a song and then make an album cover, kind of like drawing or painting to that song. So I did one for Hold On Dear Brother. I actually have it over there. Maybe I'll incorporate an image of it somehow over here if you want to check it out. But yeah, we have only 8 tracks on Car and the Passions, and even though we only have 8 tracks, the album itself is actually one of the longest that they did because the songs are pretty long for Beach Boys at least. And it's a very interesting album and era because they were going through a lot of changes, big changes in the band, and the Jack Riley, Brian Wilson songwriting team was very strong during this time period, and they wrote really great songs for this one and as well for Holland, which I have over here, which was the next album that they did in Holland. And I gotta tell you, Holland is maybe I don't want to say my favorite album by the Beach Boys, but at least in the top 3. It has helped me go through so many things. It's very unknown album, even compared to Sunflower, which was super small and flopped completely when it was released. But I'm not sure how much Holland sold compared to Sunflower back in the day, but on this day Sunflower has gained a lot of recognition, but Holland is still kind of out there, not so well known. So I'm hoping that eventually we would get like this deluxe box set thing with Holland, and it will work really well if they compiled, did a box set like the Feel Flows one over here with the sessions from these 2 albums, because they go together hand in hand so well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the way that, in a way, this is the end. These 2 albums, they are the end of the Beach Boys as a, artistic, forward-looking, and, see, like, this group as this forward-looking, artistic group, because after this one, after Holland, they released the In Concert album, which I guess sold pretty well, But after this one, they released Endless Summer, the compilation, and it changed everything because the Beach Boys came then a big nostalgia act, and they didn't have to do these kind of albums anymore because they got the money from elsewhere. So this era marks the end of the Beach Boys as a creative force, basically. And we have here some of the best songs that they ever wrote, and especially the Holland sessions are filled with amazing tracks. They did a lot of tunes that are still unreleased, and even though they are completely finished, for example, Carry Me Home from the Holland sessions, which is still unreleased, which is probably, for me at least, the holy grail with Oh Lord. If there is like a good recording of Oh Lord, or Carry Me Home is probably the holy grail for me of the unreleased songs, because it is so touching. And yeah, so I'm very hopeful that maybe next year or in the next year or two we'll get a box set with this stuff. And then, as I mentioned a little bit about the in-concert album, they recorded, I believe, the whole, not maybe the whole tour, but at least a handful of the concerts that they did on this tour. So I am hopeful that maybe they could do like a deluxe version of this and maybe remaster it a little bit, remix a little bit, because this time period, the early 70s, was definitely a highlight of them as a live act. It's this album is so great. I love the track list, and I like it that Dennis is on the cover, but the image is very weird because somebody pointed it out on Smiley's Smile or somewhere once, that it looks like Dennis is, you get it without me saying it. It looks just so weird, and it's kind of weird that Dennis is on the cover, but then there's not a single track by him, sang by him on the album itself. It's so weird, and it's criminal almost. But what do you think? What are you like hopeful of a release with these albums in the near future? Or are these albums that you don't mind so much? Because there is a lot of people who don't find these so appealing. So it would be nice to hear. What do you think? And also it would be cool to hear if you have any information, if you have heard anything. Are there any rumors? Please, rumors are always great. You can spread them out in the comment section. Let's continue with the album review series, hopefully soon. The last one I did was Little Deuce Coupe. Then the next one is gonna be Shutdown Volume 2. So we are almost getting towards, the good stuff. But I've been thinking, when we get to Pet Sounds, I'm probably gonna save that, because it's a very hard album to review, and it's considered right now, by Rolling Stone at least, the second greatest album of all time. So I'm probably gonna save that for the last spot overall on this my review series. I don't think I've ever actually really reviewed it, and that's because it's so hard to talk about it, because everything has been said about it. So I'm gonna take my time and try to think a way to talk about it without sounding like a complete, I don't know, jerk or something. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and take care. Bye bye. Hopefully we'll see you again soon on the next video. Take care.